Okay, children. Last video we have done an activity which is shown in our textbook, that is name of the article, and then we have segregated 10 number of articles as natural and artificial. After covering this, let us straight away go into our topic, that is synthetic fibers. So in this lesson, chapter 3, synthetic fibers and plastics, we are going to learn about synthetic fibers in a deeper way. Okay, so first of all, let us start from here. They are telling, see, they have shown you one beads necklace. Isn't it? What will they do? They will take so many beads of the same color and shape, and then they will tie them all together to prepare this necklace. This is an example to explain you how the synthetic fibers are formed. So listen carefully. So many beads are there which are of the same color and size and shape. Okay, these are all tied together to a rope to form a necklace. In the same way, see here, these are paper clips which are all attached to form a chain. In the same way, they are explaining you a synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together. So synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units which are joined together. Each small unit is actually a chemical substance here. See, instead of beads or paper clips, in a synthetic fiber, each unit is a chemical substance. That means so many such kind of small chemical substances are joined together to form a synthetic fiber. So, many such small units combine to form a large single unit called as polymer. Okay, so how are these synthetic fibers formed? There are so many small units. For example, you can see like that. If you have a small unit like this, just for example, okay, so many such similar units are joined in this fashion. So many such similar units are joined together. Small parts are joined together to form a large chain which is called a polymer. Okay, this polymer is a Greek word. It's a combination of two Greek words, that is poly meaning many. Mer means unit. Okay, so many units put together is called as polymer. Poly means many, mer means unit. So many units put up together is called a polymer. It has come out from a Greek word. Okay. Then, so a polymer is nothing but it is made of many repeating units. Same kind of units which are repeating. Okay. With that, a polymer is made. Okay. Polymers occur in nature also. For example, cotton is a polymer called cellulose, that is naturally occurring polymers. Cellulose is made up of a large number of glucose units. So many number of glucose units are forming together to form this cellulose. Okay, that is a natural polymer. Whereas we are talking here about synthetic polymers. Okay, next we have come into, so now you understood what is a polymer means, or how are these synthetic fibers formed. They are nothing but a chain of repeated units. Many small units put together will form a larger unit. Okay, next, types of synthetic fibers. See, in types of synthetic fibers, yesterday we have talked about rayon, nylon, acrylic. Okay, so many we have talked about. By the way, I gave you a small homework. Do you remember? I asked you to come up with some more examples of plant fibers. Did you? Post me on the WhatsApp group. Even I have come up with some. Those are plant fibers. I have mentioned only cotton and jute, right? But we have flax. Okay, we have hemp as some more plant fibers. Okay, in the same way, some more animal fibers are also there, which are like alpaca fiber, mohair fiber. Okay, these are obtained from goats. Okay, then one more, I have come up with the synthetic fiber also, which is called as olefin. It is also a famous synthetic fiber. Okay, now let us start with this rayon. See, before discussing about this rayon, they have given us a small kind of introduction. See, silk is the all-time favorite of everybody. That I have told you. Why? Because of its silky smooth texture and the luster. Luster means what, you know? The shine the material has is called as luster. Every material will have a shine. Okay, like metals are lustrous because see, whenever you don't understand a word, immediately you mean to ask it. Okay, luster means it's shine. Okay, so this silk is having a kind of shine in the fabric. That's why everyone used to like silk, and very rich people like Raja Maharajas were the ones who are using this silk. It was discovered in China. It is obtained from silkworms, but it was discovered in China. But Chinese, they have kept it like a closely guarded secret for a long time. They have never told anybody how they are making or how they are producing this silk. Only they used to have the silk. Then, but its beautiful texture has fascinated everybody. See, everybody wants to wear a silk saree or a silk shirt. Having a silk saree is a kind of prestige, okay, in that time. So what people have done, it's okay, a silk is very costly. Let us invent some other artificial thing which is exactly, which looks like silk. That thought has come to people, whereas we can make it in a way, we can produce it in a cheaper way. Like that scientists have thought. See, silk is very famous. If we can invent a fiber which is very similar to silk, okay, the cost will be less and people will definitely love to buy it. Like that they thought, and what happened? They have made many attempts to produce artificial silk. Okay, towards the end of the 19th century, scientists were successful in obtaining a fiber having properties exactly similar to that of silk. Okay, so finally, after so many attempts, see, whenever we want to invent something, firstly we need to start the steps towards it, isn't it? First they got an idea. We want to prepare artificial silk. Why? Original silk is very costly. Everybody cannot afford to pay. Afford means what? Everybody can't spend that much of money and buy the silk fiber. So they thought, we will produce some other material which is almost equal to, looks like silk, but it is very cheap and abundantly available. Abundantly means easily available. Okay, so towards the end of 19th century, the scientists have come up with the successfully they have come up obtaining a fiber which is having properties just similar to that of silk. Such a fiber was obtained by chemical treatment of wood pulp. See, what is the raw material here to produce our rayon? It's again a natural material, that is wood pulp. Understood? Where do we get wood from? Yes, plants. And they mash it nicely along with water. It makes the wood pulp. But can we use the wood pulp directly and make it? No, it is chemically treated. That wood pulp is treated with a number of chemicals, okay, which forms our fiber called rayon. So rayon is nothing but artificial silk. Although rayon is obtained from a natural source, that is wood pulp, yet it is a man-made fiber. Why? Because it is not simply obtainable from the wood pulp. There are number of chemicals which are required in this process. Okay, therefore, this is definitely a synthetic or artificially created fiber. Then it is cheaper than silk. Their motto itself is that they have started this invention. Why? Because they wanted a cheaper variety of silk where everybody can buy it and everybody can enjoy wearing a silk shirt or wearing a silk saree, and this can be woven like silk fibers. It can also be dyed in a variety of colors. See, people always want so much of color in their life. Do we buy the same color shirt in a number of 10? No, every time you buy, you see that you don't have that color, isn't it? That is the mentality of human beings. See, if we already have a red dress, next time when I go, I'll buy a blue one, isn't it? So, it can also be this rayon which is introduced, it can also be dyed into a variety of colors. So, rayon is mixed. Okay, that is the story of rayon. Why did they invent rayon? Because they wanted a cheap alternative for silk. Okay, so they became successful. They have invented the rayon which almost looks similar to silk. And nowadays how we are using this rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets. See, bed sheets, if it is pure cotton bed sheet, they will be more costlier and it gets wrinkled fast. The pure cotton thing is, it needs a lot of starch. This also you can discuss with your mother. If it's a pure cotton saree, she will tell you, it requires starch to be stiff and then we need to iron it. Then only it looks good to wear. Otherwise, simply if she washes it and wears, it looks like a old cloth. Okay, whereas they have done a hybrid thing here. See, they mixed rayon with cotton. Okay, some percentage of rayon is added into cotton so that we get nice bed sheets which are very cheaper. First thing is they become cheaper. The second thing is they will be wrinkle free also. It won't get so much wrinkled. Okay. That's why they have done a hybrid use of rayon. Next, and rayon is mixed with wool to make carpets, especially in cool places like in Bangalore. We feel so comfortable whenever we are walking on the carpets. Especially in winter, people want their floor to be covered with these carpets so that we feel warm for our feet. So what is mixed to make this carpet now? You know it. Rayon is mixed with wool. Rayon is mixed with wool to make carpets. So, did you understand about the story of rayon? Good. Now, let us move out to the next synthetic fiber, which is nylon. Okay, nylon is another man-made fiber. In 1931, it was made without using any natural raw material. See, in rayon, what did they do? Rayon, they have used the wood pulp. Okay, and then they treated the wood pulp with chemicals to produce this thing. But whereas here, what did they do in the case of nylon? In case of nylon, it was made without using any kind of natural material. Okay, natural means either it is not from plant or animal. It was prepared only from coal, water and air. See, they have used only these things, coal, water and air. So, nylon is made from coal, water and air. It was the first fully synthetic fiber. It was the first fully synthetic fiber. There is no natural raw material at all in preparation of nylon. But what are the uses of nylon? Okay, they have discovered a completely synthetic one using coal, water and air. See the uses, see its properties. Nylon fiber was very strong, elastic and light, isn't it? See, three properties they have told you. The nylon fiber has come out very strong. Okay, when it is strong, what is the use? We can tie it to anything to pull, isn't it? If it is strong only, we can use it as a rope to tie and pull. Okay, see, then it is elastic. Elastic means you all know the use of elastic, because with elasticity it will be fitting us properly. The cloth can fit us properly because it is elastic, isn't it? Then it is light in weight. So whenever we are wearing that cloth, we feel very light because the weight of the fiber is very less. It was lustrous. We talked about luster in the previously also. Luster means shine. So it was lustrous and it is easy to wash also. See, these many properties have come for the newly invented fiber. So it became very popular for making clothes. See, so many things are there, isn't it? It is cheaper, it is strong, it is elastic, and it is light, and it has a luster also. That means it has a shiny texture, and it is even easy to wash. So we use many articles made from nylon. So now you may be thinking, isn't it nylon so famous? What are the things created by nylon? So immediately they have given you what the many articles that are made from nylon, such as socks, ropes, tents. Tents means, see, usually people go nowadays for mountain hiking, isn't it? Hiking the mountains is a hobby for so many people nowadays. These decathlon people will be arranging so many trips to hiking trips and all, mountain hiking trips. So they will be carrying the tent. So wherever they go, they put this tent and they rest for some time. Even our army people also who are guarding our borders, can they construct houses wherever they go? No. So they will be using these tents. How the tent should be? Should it tear off immediately within 2 days? No, it should work as their house for few number of days. So definitely our nylon is a strong one. It has got the elasticity to get expandable. Okay, and it is light to carry. It is light in weight so that they can carry it easily. So socks are made with nylon. Then ropes are made with nylon. Tents, we have just now talked about the tents. Tents are made with nylon. Toothbrushes. You may be wondering, toothbrush is made of plastic. Yes, the bristles of the toothbrush, the softer ones which are cleaning our teeth, are the nylon bristles. On the toothbrush, mostly the bristles are made with nylon. That's why they will be soft and they will be cleaning your teeth neatly. Then car seat belts. Nowadays, if we won't wear belt, they'll put a fine on us, isn't it? For our safety, all the cars are fitted with seat belts. So those seat belts are also made with nylon. You would have listed some 10 items. Did you get this nylon in the list? Okay. Then sleeping bags. Sleeping bags means usually people who go to take wildlife photography and all. Have you seen Geographic Channel? See how we are getting those videos. So many photographers who have a fascination to take wildlife photography and all, they will be roaming in the forest, you know. So they carry tents to sleep in, and in the night when they sleep, any snake or any bug can come and attack them. So what they do, they carry sleeping bags. Next time whenever you visit Decathlon, you can just ask them to show you a sleeping bag. So people who go on expeditions into the forests or mountains, usually along with the tents, they buy these sleeping bags also. These Decathlon people are selling sleeping bags. You can have a look at the sleeping bag. See, it will be a kind of big bag where you can fit in inside and totally zip up yourself. You will zip up yourself so that no bugs, insects or snakes will come and attack you when you are asleep. So these kind of sleeping bags are also made of nylon. And one more very common use of nylons is curtains. Okay, all of us have nice beautiful curtains in our houses. Usually they will be made of nylon because they will be strong, they won't tear easily. See, we will buy so many dresses, but will your parents buy so many curtains for your house to change them every single day? No, right? Once we have a curtain means it goes on for so many years. Afterwards, we will change it, isn't it? So they must be durable. What is meant by durability? Durability means long life. Okay. Whenever we get a word, see, durable. Durable means what? This having long life. Long life means it stays for a long time. So even it is a dress or it's a curtain, when we are buying something, we see that it needs to stay for a long time. Okay, without getting spoiled. So usually the uses are so many you have got here. Socks, ropes, tents, toothbrushes, car seat belts, sleeping bags, curtains, etc. So like this, nylon is invented with all synthetic materials. No natural raw material is there. What are the raw materials here for nylon? Coal, water and air. Okay. Next, what are the properties of nylon? Nylon fibers are strong, elastic, light and they are lustrous also. So, what are the uses of nylon? Nylon is used to prepare socks, ropes, tents, toothbrushes and etc. Okay, so now we have studied about rayon and then about nylon also. These two we have finished. And here one nice use was told here, you see here. Is nylon fiber really so strong that we can make nylon parachutes and ropes for rock climbing? Yes, of course they are making parachutes because see, parachute rope means it should carry a person completely. If that rope is not so strong, we are keeping that person in danger, isn't it? That person may fall off, so they will never take a chance. So if we use a nylon rope there, definitely we can protect that person, isn't it? So nylon is also used for not only our domestic uses as we have seen before. Nylon is also used for preparing parachutes. See, this character is asking us a question. Will it be used? Yes, nylon is used for parachutes and prepare ropes also. Let us see the next page. See, in the next page, immediately they are answering your question. Nylon is also used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. See the figure. See, if at all these ropes are not so thick, not so strong, can they protect this guy? No, isn't it? So they must be very strong. That's why they have chosen our nylon as the raw material. A nylon thread is actually stronger than a steel wire. What are they saying? Nylon thread is actually stronger than a steel wire also. Okay, and they have given you an activity. Okay, they are telling you to tie different kinds of ropes in the house. One normal cotton rope and on the other side of the rope, see, they are telling you fix a rope to some stand here. In your house to a window you can tie a rope. Okay, and in the other end you can fix a polythene bag. Normal polythene bag you can tie here, and here also you can put a knot, and in this polythene bag you can be dropping weights. You can be dropping weights into this, and they are asking you to check the strength of each thread, which is made out of different kind of fibers. Firstly, you tie it with a cotton thread, normal cotton thread, and put some weight. Immediately the thread will get cut over here, because normal our cotton thread has a little strength. So after once you put little more weight, immediately it gets cut. Whereas if you use a woolen thread, little more weight, it will tolerate. Whereas if you put a nylon thread, it can tolerate a lot of weight. So this is a small experiment here they have given you, which you can try in the house using 4 types of threads. First the cotton thread, then wool, silk thread and nylon thread. But don't go out to get these threads. Stay home, stay safe is our mantra now in these COVID days. Okay, so don't go out to get these threads. Whatever is available in the house, with that only you can check it. 1 and 2, some window thing. Okay, window rod. A window rod you can tie the one end, and the other end you tie a normal polythene bag and keep adding some weight into the polythene bag, so that you can know, see, total weight required to break the thread they are asking you. So how much you have added to break the thread, that much you should add. Okay, do it in the adult supervision. Don't do when nobody is there at home. Okay, you may spoil out something. So when some adult is there, you do this. You can do this activity. Understood? After this, we will be discussing about polyester and acrylic. In the next video, I will teach you about polyester and acrylic. So today's class, what did we learn about? We have learnt about what are synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers we have learnt. Then types of synthetic fibers, that is, one we have learnt as rayon. The other one we learnt is nylon, their properties, how they are prepared, their raw materials, their properties and their uses we have learned. So in the next video, we will be learning about 2 more synthetic fibers, which are polyester and acrylic. In the same way, we will discuss about polyester and acrylic. Okay, till then, stay home, stay safe. In this video, after watching this, no need to write any notes. I will give a clear notes afterwards in the WhatsApp group. I will share with you. I will write, take a picture and post it to you. Seeing that notes only, you can write. Don't write anything. Watch the video repeatedly and understand the chapter. That's it. Okay. So stay home, stay safe, children.